Thanks so much for joining us. We have some important things to talk about, and that is educating women. With me is Jane Ferreira of the Mercy Learning Center in Bridgeport. Thanks so much for being on. All right, for folks who don't know about the Mercy Learning Center of Bridgeport, tell me about it in a couple sentences.
It's a women's literacy center. It's celebrating 30 years of educating women and educating their families.
How many women have you put through classes in order to get them their high school diploma?
We've worked with over 12,000 women in our history, one-on-one, basically, to get them at least advance in their education. It's very hard for a lot of women to take the time out to really get a high school equivalency. Right now we have, since we started the high school equivalency program, which wasn't until about 2003 in our history, we actually went from like kindergartners, adults that are kindergarten level, to 8th grade. And then in 2003, we needed to expand it because women were not getting service really for the high school equivalency, so we expanded it.
Now, 1 out of 5 is what I was reading. 1 out of 5 women in the Bridgeport area do not have a high school education. Many of these women have children. How do they find out about you? And you're serving 47 different countries. So they're coming to Connecticut and not even speaking English in many cases. You have your work cut out for you.
We don't advertise. It's really word of mouth.
You are now, because you're here. We're going to get the word out.
It's word of mouth for women that tell other women that there's a center that serves them. It's all free, so they get educated free. And their commitment is really do your studies. Come, be regular classmates. Come to your tutoring sessions. That's all the requirement is make sure you can make a commitment to study.
And you have a place for children to be while they're studying?
It's 2-generational, so the model is really an excellent model where your moms are coming, and we have from 3-month-olds to 4-year-olds being educated at the same time. And if they go to the full-time classes, women are basically there from 9 to 2 with their children, so we're able to get children kindergarten ready. Some of these are bi and trilingual children that are English dominant as they enter into the public school system. And same thing with our women. They may be 2 or 3 languaged background, which is great, but they're passing the high school equivalency, the GED exam, the National External Diploma program, they're passing it in English. So as a graduate that's really bi or trilingual, here you are dominant now in English and being able to really advance your life into the community colleges.
Your mission is to say that if we educate the moms, the children get educated too. If a mom has a high school education now, the child knows to go on and educate, and they go to college, perhaps.
Exactly.
You've been with the group, with the organization, 15 years. How has it changed? Because it's 30 years old now, and you've been there for half of it.
The first half, we didn't really serve English language learners.
Really?
And because the community didn't really demand it at that point. The second half, the last 15 years, we've opened up to English language learners, and we opened up a high school equivalency program. And now our next step is really to provide college and career readiness, transitioning to college better, and also transitioning to the workforce, even better than what we're doing. So we're trying to say, not only do you need your high school equivalency, but you need actually a little bit more advancement so that you can succeed in college and succeed in the workforce.
All right, Jane, let's take a look at what you do and hear from some of the women that are being educated.
At Mercy Learning Center, women are educated in the best way.
The students themselves are amazing, from over 50 different countries. They hunger for education. Many of them were denied education in their own countries because of their gender or their poverty. And here they have an oasis where they really can come to find the educational place that they never had.
Because when I first came to this country, I don't hear what they are saying. But now, I can have conversation, long conversation, understand what they are saying. I can do that.
I feel more confident when I need to talk to somebody, like my neighbors, teachers, and doctors.
Students are just working hard, working as teams, learning together, learning from each other.
At Mercy Learning Center, women are brave.
I decided to commit because I want to try new things, and since I didn't finish high school, my kids pushed me to do better for myself, so that helps me a lot.
So first and foremost, they want to help their children with homework.
Oh, I can help my daughter doing her homework now.
The commonality is they want a better life for their children.
And now she's getting all A's in her grades.
Only once they're here, through the great work of our tutors and staff, they finally begin to realize through their own self-empowerment and that they can really go on educationally. And that's when you start to hear them say that they want to get their GED, they want to get their high school diploma.
Then I said, it's time for me to give you a little bit more, like, better future, to get better future.
Get my GED, go to community college.
I want to be a teacher, yeah, for little kids.
Since I started coming to Mercy Learning Center, I have become more independent and more confident with myself, and I have more faith on things that I have to do for the future.
I see future. I see hope. I see brightness in my life.
Think of the women that you are helping and the lives you are changing for those kids. And you said to me when we were watching that, they want their kids educated. You know, they want their kids educated. 55 of these women are in college right now.
Exactly.
So you've moved them right along. You were telling me about your budget. The federal monies you get is just 9%, and you raise $2 million a year to put 956 women into classes.
Correct.
How are you doing that?
Generosity of a lot of people who really believe in women's education. They believe in the importance of having a community educated, and a lot of folks that just want to see children succeed too, and know that education in the family is critical.
It's everything.
Yeah.
And to see these women come out of some countries, they are so oppressed and not allowed education.
Right.
And you said once they get to you at the Mercy Learning Center in Bridgeport, they just kind of blossom. And open up.
Our volunteers are so wonderful, and I think our staff, and they're able to affirm their goodness. And no one in their life have ever said, you're a great lady, you're a great woman, you have great gifts, you are smart. And that kind of affirmation just starts that little seed. And the next thing you know, they're passing the GED, they want to go on to college, and we're helping their children get ready for college in the same time. Sometimes their children are using our textbooks because they want to even advance faster in their high school programs.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So 240 volunteers. Nobody gets paid?
Nobody gets paid.
Nobody gets paid. And they're tutoring and they're teaching. What is keeping all these folks coming to you?
I think they know they're making a difference. They see the change in a woman's life. They see the change as they share their families together. There's a lot of sharing and trying to teach conversation in English. And as the student advances, we have tutors that prefer higher level math, higher level science, social studies. So those tutors really are the catalyst for great growth, and they feel very rewarded. When you see your student pass the GED, you should see the halls. Everybody is clapping, there's cheering.
Tears.
We had one today, and she's texted her tutor, and the tutor was in, and we just celebrate. And they're like bringing flowers and gifts. They're so excited that their student has passed the GED. So.
And how do some of your students have to get to you? It's tough, right?
My first year, I was kind of upset because a woman came in and asked after 3 months for another stroller. And I had given her a stroller in September, and this is almost December. And she said, Miss, I need another stroller. And I said, really? And I said, well, can I see the stroller I gave you? And the plastic wheels were worn down to the rim. And I realized then that, wow, we walk a far distance to get to Mercy Learning Center. And that's what they do. They walk, they take the bus. Some of them even take trains as far as West Haven, New Haven, Norwalk to come to the center.
How can the state of Connecticut help you? We know there's no money around right now because we have our issues. But how can individuals help you in terms of money, of course, because you're trying to raise money? But are there things that you need?
We can always use donations of school supplies, just basic pens, pencils, composition books, single notebooks, things like that. We have a need for diapers for our infants and our toddlers. We also have needs for groceries. We're a holistic center, so when you're studying with us, we want to make sure that you have food on the table, diapers for your children, and that you can really focus on your education. So the holistic approach is we will provide for you as long as you are staying in school here, and as long as you continue to grow, we will support you.
So all this goodness has been going on, and not enough people have known about it.
Probably not.
Anything else that you want to wrap up with? What keeps you going? This is hard work, and you're 15 years into this. At the end of the day, what keeps you going?
I'm very tired at the end of the day.
Good tired, maybe.
But it's the success of seeing women that have been underserved really make their lives change and their families change, and to see that they are successful, and that's building our community, and it's making our cities, our inner cities, much stronger, and they're a needed resource. We need good workers, we need loyal workers, we need intelligent people working within our communities, and they just have never had the opportunity, and it makes me happy when, even if it's a small accomplishment, I got my driver's license today. That's a big deal. Now you are more independent. I became a U.S. citizen today. That's huge.
That is
and
huge.
Then, of course, the high school diploma and the bachelor's degree. We have a few students that have got their bachelor's degree from UConn, from the University of Bridgeport. So we're starting to see all of that happen in their lives. And their children are graduating from Fearful U, Sacred Heart University. That's wonderful.
Have you built this model, or did you copy this model from somebody, or are they coming to you to say, how are you doing this?
Folks come to us. We've had people from Tennessee, Florida, that looked at our model. We also know that in some places in Massachusetts it's similar to us, like literacy centers are important, immigration centers have been important, models that we've picked and shared sources from each other. And adult education is important. I mean, Connecticut has a strong adult education program. We should be proud of that. We should also fund it more, because all of our towns and cities are dependent on that adult education to really bring in more skilled workers for us.
Absolutely. Jane Ferreira, thank you so much for doing what you're doing. And it's mercylearningcenter.org.
Correct.
Help them if you can.
Thank you very much.
Spend all night kissing and the bomb was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked to find myself wishing I could find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the nice ride.